All right, settle in, folks, because today we're tackling a question that has baffled armchair naturalists and barstool philosophers for eons. If a baboon and a lion squared off, who would emerge victorious? It's the kind of epic clash you dream about, a true David and Goliath scenario, if David had fangs and Goliath could nap for 20 hours a day. Forget your cage matches, this is nature's brutal, beautiful, and sometimes utterly absurd reality. We're going to break down the contenders, their strengths, their weaknesses, and then bravely, perhaps foolishly, declare a winner. Let's meet our main event superstars. First up, weighing in at a magnificent 400 pounds of muscle, claw, and majestic mane, it's the undisputed heavy champion, the African lion. This formidable feline is built for one thing, and one thing only, being at the top of the food chain and looking incredibly regal while doing it. Lions boast a bite force strong enough to crush bone and claws sharp enough to disembowel with a single swipe. They are ambush predators, often working in coordinated teams, but even a lone male is a walking, roaring, incredibly dangerous tank. Their strategy is simple: overwhelm, incapacitate, then enjoy a nice, long snooze. Now, for our underdog, the scrappy, intelligent, and surprisingly aggressive challenger, the baboon. Don't let their relatively smaller stature fool you. Baboons are the street fighters of the savannah. They're quick, agile, and possess razor-sharp canines that can inflict serious damage. These primates are highly intelligent, operate in complex social structures called troops, and are known for their fearlessness, even towards much larger predators. Baboons are not just brute force, they're cunning, strategic, and frankly, they have a bad attitude when provoked. They might not have the brawn, but they definitely have the brass. So, imagine the scene: a lone African lion, perhaps a bit peckish after a long morning of absolutely nothing, saunters into baboon territory. What happens next? A single baboon, even the largest male, would likely choose discretion over valor. Common sense, you know? However, if an African lion manages to isolate a single baboon, the outcome is unfortunately rather grim for our primate friend. The African lion's sheer size, speed, and killing instinct would simply be too much. It's less a fight, more a very quick, very decisive, one-sided engagement. But what if it's a baboon troop versus a lion? This is where things get interesting. Baboons are fiercely protective of their young and their territory. A full troop can number over 100 individuals, and they will absolutely mob a predator. They'll shriek, they'll charge, they'll bite, and they'll use their numerical advantage to overwhelm. A lion might manage to snatch one, but it would come at a significant cost, risking injury from a flurry of bites and scratches. No predator wants to deal with 100 angry, screaming primates. In a head-to-head, one-on-one scenario, the lion wins, no contest. It's like asking if a bowling ball could beat a very smart, very angry apple. However, nature isn't always about fair fights, it's about survival. And in the grand scheme of things, baboons have developed some surprisingly effective strategies. While the lion remains the apex predator, a baboon troop demonstrates that collective intelligence and sheer tenacity can make even the king of the jungle think twice. They might not win every skirmish, but they certainly know how to make a predator regret its life choices. So, while the lion wins the physical bout, the baboon troop wins the war of annoyance and attrition.